Hello and welcome to my desk. My name is Lena. Today I'm gonna paint with this palette, and it is Pago, the brand name, and it consists of a mix of some paints that came with the Pago set, and then I think I have mixed it a little bit with another brand. I'm not sure. But it's a very thirsty brand. So I have to spray mist it before I start using it. What I'm gonna paint today is a prompt called Arch, and I'm following the Thrifty apprentice here on YouTube. He's got a challenge for September, and the content of the challenge is to motivate you to use some inexpensive art supplies, and then you are drawing some prompts that we are sharing on Instagram. And I have decided to show my drawings here on YouTube just to shout out his channel, my few viewers. I want to share it with my viewers because I feel that it's so joyful to follow a challenge. It makes you accountable in your creative space, that you have some sort of a task to do. And this challenge here is very light because it's only 15 prompts and you got like 30 days to fulfill them in. But the prompt Arch could be a lot of things, and I was immediately thinking about Stargate. Because that's an arch shape. So for some reason I was thinking maybe I could squeeze in a painting of the Stargate. It has infatuated me a lot watching the movie Stargate. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's the one with, for me he's always going to be Snake Plissken. I don't care. After the movie Escape from New York. But I think his real name, the actor's name, is Kurt Russell, and the movie is just something that I will always look back on very good entertainment, because it combined two subjects that I found very intriguing back then and still does. It's about Egypt and the whole twist upon the religion and why they built the pyramids and why they are behaving like they did, with some sort of being slave to a pharaoh, combined with the science fiction with that alien twist. So for me, it was just like such a great movie, and it certainly helped that Snake Plissken was carrying out the leading role to the T. So that movie has always been, just a special place in my heart. And what I love about that twist that the movie had was that they wanted to show that the pyramid could actually have been a construction that's used as a landing gear for an alien vessel. And the Stargate is a portal into this alien world where they're getting transported to a different planet. And that's, if you haven't seen the movie, that's the main plot of it. So of course humans had to build this portal first, and it is an arch-shaped portal. So you can imagine, how I have felt when I believe it was in the about 21st of January this year, Trump, he announced that we're gonna build the Stargate project. And I was like, what the fuck? I almost, spit out my coffee when I clicked on the video and saw it. And he has been warming up for that announcement for, I think, 5 days or something, when he's like, that date I'm gonna announce something huge. So I was just here in Denmark thinking, what the heck could that be, I was intrigued, very intrigued, and it was like a built-up anxiety of what is it, because it felt like super important. So when I saw the news the 21st of January, he just announced they're gonna start building the Stargate project. And I was like, what? And they weren't really specific so much about what it is, other than it's going to be an AI infrastructure project. that could do research with a lot of things. And I was like, research with what? And in the end of July 2023, the year before that, there were a lot of hearings about UAPs with David Grush and other whistleblowers. And they had, I think that was when we were introduced to the terminology UAP, unidentified anomalous phenomena. And it was like a government transparency that they wanted to reach, which is weird because it has always been a taboo to talk about UFOs. That's how I think of it. I find it really difficult to just call it UAP now, but it was a very difficult subject. People were making fun of, and lots of conspiracy theories. So you walk around eggshells about this topic here if you're in a governmental position. So having whistleblowers come forward with what they have seen was just so strange. And then in the mid of November 2024, a whole year almost had to pass. Then they had this official hearing about the subject UAP, and it was labeled exposing the truth, So for me, it was like, oh my God, is there really something about it? Have they actually got a craft from another planet, and do they have technology that they are trying to reverse and build? So it didn't take much for my little conspiracy brain to really latch into the fact that this is coming from an official channel, like the government of America. And then only 3 months after that official governmental hearing, Trump is announcing that he's gonna instigate and start up the Stargate project. So of course I was thinking what the heck are they going to build? I know. I watched too many movies, but I must confess that I was pondered about why would they call it the Stargate if it wasn't anything related to the movie The Stargate, But of course, I think they wanted to name it the Stargate Project because there's something futuristic about that name. Just like Steve Jobs wanted his product to be called Apple, so it was more approachable and didn't sound like scary technology, because back then all the computer companies like IBM and whatnot had long, strange names for their technology. So Steve Jobs deliberately chose the word Apple to make it more approachable. So maybe this project is called Stargate to make it more like a futuristic big thing where people are still not really aware about what are they gonna actually do, what are they creating. But I think it is basically an AI infrastructure project, meaning that they're gonna try and collect in one place a lot of technology that can be developed using AI, and it also is about how can we improve our medicine, and can we actually customize a vaccine for one individual, instead of creating a vaccine for a whole population. Can you go down and scan and research just one individual at a time, so you can really get a customized medicine, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But it all is fun to draw about. So when I saw the prompt arch, I don't know why, it just led me down the road of Stargate, and then also just pondering about all these things that I just talked about before. So yeah, I'm painting the Stargate here for this prompt. And one thing that watercolor can do is to have a lot of washes. They call them glazes. So in this drawing here, I wanted to work more with glazes, so that's why I glazed over the sky several times. And I'm gonna finish off this drawing here with one big, huge black glaze to push back all the values in this page here, because I want the Stargate to stand out as something a little bit mysterious. And so far the color palette is like a bright blue sky with a happy yellow in the background, so it doesn't look so threatening or mysterious. So I thought that I needed to make the page more dramatic by simply just giving it a black glaze in the end, which is always a bit scary because it's like Forrest Gump's box of chocolate. You never really know what you're gonna get, but when you do it, and you must try this on your own paintings. It's a little bit scary, but it's fun to do it while you're doing it, and sometimes when it dries up, it looks okay, you know, it looks different than your original page. So this is how my original page drawing looked like, and now I'm covering it all up with black watercolor, and this is what this medium can do, this glazing part here. Okay, I know you can probably dilute acrylic, I think, gouache, or I don't know, to do the same, but why not try and work with this medium watercolor the way that you can? And one of the things that watercolor can do is this glazing thing here. So yes, it looks super like out of control, and it really is. It's just a mister and then a wet brush that's guiding the pigments. I don't really have an influence in where is it actually gonna lift up some underlying paint or not. So, but I like to do these crazy things. So, and then of course it's gonna dry up a little bit lighter than this. So, but yeah, all in all, I am super satisfied with this solution of the prompt arch. So here it is, dried up, and look how nice it looks with that pushed back gritty look. I really like it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed my sharing of this prompt, and see you soon, because I still got other prompts to work with. So I wish you a super awesome week, and bye bye from me here. Bye.